so on the next bit here is going to be a story that came through. And I'm going to bring up the article here as well. Came through about Disney Infinity, working with different companies, Xbox and Sony with Morpheus for projects like HoloLens from Xbox and Morpheus from Sony. For now, HoloLens is Microsoft version, which is augmented reality, which is basically like you put the overlap the screen or your life with images going on, whereas Morpheus is more virtual reality. And so Disney Interactive's John Blackburn said, my own experiences with these devices right now is that I feel like they're cut directly against what we're trying to do, which is experiences that involve you and somebody else. The idea of creating this family memory and playing it together is a real core to the experience we're trying to build. And so when you put a lot of these headsets on, it's almost like isolating in the way. Until we can get past that kind of technology, it's not interesting to him. However, he then later added, you kind of look at HoloLens stuff where you can see through, and that's one of the kind of interesting thing from their perspective because they can look around, and it could be very interesting with a toy box. So, yeah, what do you think of this?
Well, I'll tell you this thing. I mean, and I look at this based off of both Microsoft's and Sony's presentations. Well, but honestly, mostly Microsoft's, because that HoloLens looked ridiculously cool with the Minecraft, and it makes me think that it would be kind of cool to see somebody's toy box creation the same way. However, I'm not crazy about. I mean, they didn't really explain it too much. Like, am I going to need a new table or something? Or I don't know. But anyways, it's cool. Now Morpheus, I got to experience a game, Riggs. And it's interesting. It's very, very interesting as far as virtual reality goes. Virtual reality has advanced way more than the Virtual Boy with Nintendo. That's way better. But I don't know if Infinity's the game, because you got to think about this, and this is really simple. Okay, you're gonna experience and enjoy your game through these lenses, and that's what's going on your screen, but you forget that this game category is called Toys to Life. There's going to be a point where you're going to need to switch figures. So are you going to be like, which one is, it's, I don't know if it's going to work 100%. Would it be cool? Absolutely. Would I want it? I guess I would have to try it and see. But at this point, I'm kind of with JB there. I'm not crazy about it. I definitely love it for other games, but Infinity,
Yeah.
50-50.
See, there's a couple of things. I think cost is one major issue because of these devices when they first come out. They're going to be expensive. They're not going to be cheap. And apparently, if you're going to spend a few $100s or even more on a accessory, kids generally aren't the best people. Usually, that the family people want to put these kind of big, expensive devices in the hands of. So there's that part of it. For me personally, every time I've ever tried virtual reality, there's a major flaw when anything happens with 3D virtual, and they're called these. They don't react very well to anything that you have to put in front of your eyes because they don't usually have enough space for them. The light, it's things I always find just doesn't having to wear set of goggles within the set of goggles. It always feels quite. It doesn't look right every time I've tried it, or if I do put the virtual reality headsets on without the glasses, everything's so blurry. Even though it's that close to your eyes, it's just. I've always got this major problem personally with anything like this, where it's like it doesn't work properly for me. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I'm going to be honest, all this stuff just literally just like I'm not that interested in it, and because I've always had sort of I know I've done the headsets and stuff a number of times, and I've just never found. I don't know if it's just another gimmick from sort of the video games consoles where they're trying to come up with that idea of what is going to be the next big thing. And HoloLens might be a little bit different because you've got things, but we've already had it with like the Wii and stuff where people are moving around and Kinect and Sony Move. Video gaming, they're trying to make it sort of this interactive experience where people are moving. Well, the vast majority of people that are playing video games don't want to be moving around. I think that's, it's like, I don't know if you saw the new trailer for the Playmation where the kids are jumping around and they're doing all this. Yeah, if you had the augmented headset on, it could make a little bit more sense while they're running around and shooting things. I could see that working a bit better. But then in that case, you can't have wires, otherwise you knock everything flying like I just did. But, I think it's like all this, for me, it's something I'm not interested in because I've never, it's really going to have to be very, very good to be sold for it. And I don't know if this generation, the video games, the PS4 stuff, is going to be the generation to do it.
Do you ever watch 3D movies?
No, I've done it a few times at the cinema. I hate it. I can't.
Does it still not work?
It works, but it's so uncomfortable wearing two pairs of glasses. They don't light up properly because then obviously they're a bit further away from your face because they're that low down your nose, and you can see then you've got not only have you got one frame, you've then got two frames,
right?
And my eyes take a while to get used to it. I've never, if you're at Disney parks and you've got like a 20-minute Muppets movie, fine. Sitting through Avatar was it's I think even watching like Superman, Man of Steel, it takes me a while to kind of I'm like cringing trying to sort of get my eyes used to it. Every time a movie comes out, I go see it in 2D. I think, but even I feel like that 3D sort of buzz off cinema seems to have died down a lot.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because if you did watch it frequently, then I can see how it could possibly work to do the virtual reality stuff. But if you were complaining about it, then clearly it's, 3D movies don't work. And piggyback off what you said. Yeah, I haven't seen a 3D movie in a while. And for me, it's not that it doesn't work, but I feel like the effect is not worth the extra money because it's not that spectacular. In fact, I have a 3D TV at home, and I don't ever use the 3D feature. So
yeah, and that's exactly the thing with the 3D thing, is it was sort of pushed as that kind of big change to watching TV, and I know like here in the UK, they pushed all these TVs, but the content never matched up to it. And I don't think people wanted to sit 5 people at home all with headsets on watching the TV. And I don't know if this virtual reality and Morpheus stuff, whether it's still got that same boundary to go over. I think, if you're playing Call of Duty, there is maybe more advanced stuff to it. But to go mainstream, and I still have this thing with 3D where I'm still used to the Muppets kind of like, the pointing stuff and getting you.
Yeah, exactly.
The fun side of 3D, and I remember I've seen a few movies, and I'm kind of looking out for that kind of the silly little gags where they're coming straight at you to sort of.
But they don't do it, so that's why it's not even worth it. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So there we go. So I would love to know what you guys think. You can always comment below. Let us know. Are you excited about it? Because you might feel differently to us. Maybe this is the thing that you really want to see. Okay, so let's move on to our next subject. Okay, so July's challenges. Okay.
Subject.